By December 2024, the crypto AI narrative reached peak euphoria. Retail and institutional capital pushed the combined valuation of these tokens to a massive $70 billion. The market plummeted 75% in weeks, erasing $53 billion. Capital flowed in on pure momentum and fled when investors realized the promised products didn't exist. Genuine AI infrastructure teams were caught in the crossfire, crushed alongside projects that existed only on paper. This creates a dilemma. Buying into the broad AI narrative captures early momentum, but it carries the risk of holding worthless tokens when the narrative shifts. To manage that risk, we use a diagnostic tool called the Own Your Mind framework. It is a rigorous way to check if a project is real before you allocate capital. Failing to verify actual utility over marketing hype leads directly to these types of catastrophic losses. 2 years ago, CoinMarketCap listed fewer than 100 tokens in the AI and big data category. Today, that number is 911. Did 800 teams miraculously crack decentralized AI in 2 years, or did they simply update their website copy? A 2025 archive research paper reviewed the sector and found that most decentralized AI projects secretly retain centralized control over their core operations and practice. An independent industry survey of 1,200 startups found that 40% of companies branding themselves as AI first had zero machine learning code in production. To combat this, we use a 3-test reality check to separate genuine technology from cynical narrative surfing. You must actively unmask these illusions. Assuming a project has real technology just because it uses the AI label guarantees you will get dumped on. The first diagnostic gate is the provenance test. Did the AI capability exist in the project's original founding thesis, or was it bolted on later to tease a trend? Pure-play networks like BitTensor pass this test because they were designed from day one specifically to incentivize machine learning. Then you have costume changes. Apen NFT rebranded to AI NFT a year after the AI agent narrative peaked, despite having zero prior work. Look at the Tron ecosystem. Adding AI infrastructure to an existing NFT marketplace is a clear attempt to surf the hype cycle. But don't dismiss genuine evolutions. Render expanded from 3D GPU rendering into AI inference because the underlying hardware is identical. This is legitimate expansion. The provenance test filters out pure pivots, but it requires enough nuance to recognize when a project is making a hardware-backed lateral move. The second gate is the removal test. If you strip the AI component out of the project, does the underlying network still make sense? Apply this to BitTensor. If you remove the AI workloads, the consensus mechanism disappears and the network ceases to exist. Contrast that with Chainlink or Filecoin. If you remove AI, they still function perfectly as general-purpose oracles and storage providers for dozens of other sectors. This distinguishes between projects where AI is the foundation and where AI is a customer. Passing the removal test reveals true DAI. Investing in general-purpose infrastructure is often safer, but it lacks the concentrated upside of an AI core network. The final gate is the mechanism test, which uses the taxonomy of crypto AI intersections created by Vitalik Buterin. Does artificial intelligence actively change the protocol's underlying mechanism, or is it just being used for marketing? The simplest case is AI as participant, like arbitrage bots. The blockchain remains unchanged. The ideal case is AI as objective, where the blockchain exists to coordinate and train models. Beware the third path, AI as pure marketing, functioning identically without the AI label. For this test to pass, the token incentive structures must directly reward the production of intelligence. If you remove the blockchain, you lose the coordination. While this test requires higher technical literacy to execute, it is the ultimate shield against investing in empty, marketing-driven tokens. Applying these tests creates a spectrum of utility rather than a simple pass or fail. In the core DAI tier, including BitTensor, Gensin, and Venice, the blockchain and the AI model are inseparable. In the DAI adjacent tier, you have projects like Akash or Fala. These are functional general-purpose networks that serve AI workloads, even if they aren't pure AI plays. Then there is the AI-washed tier. SecretNet pivoted toward confidential AI only after its core DeFi ecosystem collapsed and TVL fell from $118 million to $7 million. For an allocator, this mapping is a playbook. Funding the core tier buys foundational infrastructure, while the adjacent tier buys proven technology with broader market exposure. Allocating to the AI washed category usually means holding a bag with zero fundamental value once the hype evaporates. Categorizing a project within these three tiers is how you determine the actual risk and yield potential of your portfolio. The promise of genuine decentralized AI is open weight wells and distributed compute, where no single entity controls access or censors outputs. There is a trade-off. Decentralized infrastructure gives you sovereignty over your AI stack, but it currently lacks the polished user experience of centralized giants like OpenAI. Remember the rule: a blockchain cannot merely be a payment layer bolted onto a centralized AI service. Similarly, an AI component cannot merely be a marketing label bolted onto an existing, unrelated blockchain. For true DAR to exist, the blockchain infrastructure and the artificial intelligence must structurally need each other to survive. Using the Own Your Mind framework to separate the foundation from the noise is how you evaluate the long-term utility of any project in this space.